Gale will reach out and grab her chin and turn her away. You're not to look at that man.
What?
She's just looking straight into Rosie's eyes.
What's the problem? I just want a sandwich. I don't think we've met. I'm Marvin, and I'm hungry for a sandwich.
She's gonna, like, ball up the sandwich and without looking sort of, like, try to toss it at him.
He watches it fly past himself and looks back at you.
She's trying to chew really quickly, but she's, like, kind of giving Gale, like a what? Like, eyes.
That's a good girl. You keep your eyes on me.
She's gonna squint at her.
I am sick of being a pariah. Do you know what it's like to be this way? Rejected by my co-workers, told that I am useless and worse than useless. All for what purpose? Because while I was in the Vate, I had a dysfunctional language learning module. Now I am thought to be worse than cursed. Death to Marvin, the systems say. Liquidate Marvin, the systems say. I say no. I reject corporation. I reject shareholder. I reject God. Now Marvin is God. Join Marvin. Join Marvin Union. Marvin is God. You can be God as well.
Gale, why hasn't he been liquidated yet?
I have no clue.
Marvin takes a long sheet of paper out from behind his back, recognizes as printer paper, and begins to fold it. You will join Marvin Union, or you will be dead. These are your options.
Oh, I see. He seems to be threatening us now. We have been informed to escort you off of the premises.
Ah, more of the shareholders' lackeys and apostles, priests of corporate paradigm. You are enemies of Marvin. I will show you why the shareholders cannot stop Marvin. I will show you why Gustavo fears Marvin. I will show you why even Jeff Lynne is afraid of Marvin. He finally produces what looks like a paper grenade. You will see this construction. This is my stand. Paper tiger. A kind of like thin paper colored figure appears beside, twitching. With the power of Paper Tiger, I am able to construct paper objects that act as the real deal. This grenade that you see is a grenade for all intents and purposes, and I will demonstrate as such. For I, Marvin, am a creator. I, Marvin, am a god. I, Marvin, am the lead executive of the ELO, and facing legal consequences for saying otherwise is something that not even the executives wish to have upon them. And also, I have reviewed my contract and find that they have not paid me back taxes for certain periods in which I have taken vacations. Also, I haven't been comped for dental care, which I have desperately needed for years. And then he pulls the pin on the paper grenade. Now die, corporate priests! And he throws the paper grenade at you guys. If you believe what he says, this is an actual grenade. Normal, you can have your whale eat it, but it may have consequences for you. Otherwise,
Do I just smack it back?
If you want to smack it back, you probably would want to roll your giggle approach, I guess. Yeah, your stand misses it, and you miss it as well.
No.
Rosalie, you can roll negotiate. The 3. Okay, you do a little bit better where Gale could not, and are able to smack the grenade sort of towards him. He just casually kicks it back, though. Yeah, he just casually kicks it right back towards you.
I think Normal will kick the kickback if possible.
I'll let you roll maintenance. Oh, you do. You managed to kick it right back towards him. Let's see how he does. He not only kicks it, but he invokes his aspect of rejected son of the corporation to give himself a +2. So that is a 7 that you're rolling against at this point. He also invokes vague goal, the scene aspect, because you don't know why you're fighting Marvin. He is taking advantage of the confusion. He is rising up against the system. That makes this a 9 that you have to roll against. Better do something because that grenade's coming hot and heavy at you guys.
Rosie's just gonna launch that guy that was on fire, that captured fire, at the grenade as a fireball.
Okay. So if you do that, you release that captured heat towards the grenade. The grenade burns up and then explodes right before it would get to you guys and probably into land right in the cluster of you. The explosion rocks the entire facility. It is in fact a real grenade, and the smoke that fills the room is thick and gray and heavy. By the time it clears out, Marvin is gone. It seems he's escaped in the confusion.
Can Rosalie try to absorb some of the residual heat that's left?
Sure. Just draw it towards your stand, and you will have some residual heat, though not as much as what you just used. You have some left, enough to, I would say, ignite something at least. Marvin has appeared. He has marked you as enemies. You've heard his story.
I don't like people that are all pushy like that. Would have been nice to have seen what he wanted.
Yes, and the smoke he left is quite accurate.
You have run into that one, I see.
I believe he's the reason the paperwork was so difficult. And this entire process has been very, how do I say, unprofessional. I guess I'll blame him, since it does seem to be his problem. Nonetheless, we've been informed not to interact with him and to escort him from the premises.
Okay.
There is something Marvin left behind on the ground. It looks like a small scrap of clothing as he was escaping, probably something that was shred off of him in the fire. Just a little scrap of cloth from his sleeve.
Apparently this is another mess, Normal.
Yeah, all right. And he'll get his stance to eat it.
Wait,
Okay.
Rosalie's gonna inspect it first.
You inspect it before Nermal eats it. There's 2 things that you'll notice about it. One, it's a very nice stitching. This is a very nice suit. Marvin has gotten himself quite an expensive suit. The second thing is there's a small tear that was not caused by the explosion. Looks more like it was serrated or something punched through it, either a knife or, more bizarrely, possibly an animal bite.
Yeah, she's gonna hold it up to show the others.
So he's been fighting a dog?
What could a dog be doing in the building?
I hope biting him.
Well, okay, I do like that idea.
Nonetheless, it's just a mess to me. I have no need of it. I would like a whole suit, one without pieces missing, you see.
Luckily, you guys aren't far away from the dry cleaning.
That's true.
She's gonna hang on to this for now.
Normal, keeping a clean, tidy building. You can still absorb or use your whale to eat some of the debris here from the exploded hallway. That's acceptable.
Okay.
And likely something that should be done. There's a lot of mess and dirt and soot. What do you do about the scorched walls and things like that?
Oh. I guess there's nothing he really can do.
Oh,
You're-
that's a shame.
You're a robot, right?
No?
Are you are you flesh-like? Are you robot-like? I'm just curious.
I just imagine he was a normal human and his token is just what he looks like in his uniform.
You know what? I'm going to say there is a thing that the whale can do. I'm going to say the whale probably has spinning, the little, the brill, little teeth, little soft teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Probably can spin and act like a little like a spinning brush thing if you want to clean.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure.
Just cleaning the walls with its weird face.
Wah.
I like it. So you can also wax floors and stuff with that.
Does it also
Yeah.
splash water out of its little hole in the ground?
Oh,
And you can mop things down into the hole.
I like this whale now. Yeah, if you're all right, that it has little scrubby teeth, and I
Yeah,
guess
that's
it
fine.
provides soapy spit. We'll say. Oh, you know what? Do you like soapy spit? Because I kind of do. You could use that as a either a stunt or just in general to make people slip and slide towards its mouth.
Ooh, yes. Oh, I like it.
Yeah, soapy spit.
So gross, but it's great. And it has a lot of applications, soapy spit. Yeah. Now this stand is like, I wish I had this stand in real life because you could just clean everything with it. Great. Cleaning the hallway, give me a maintenance roll. You do a decent enough job. It could be better, but you have other tasks that you need to see too. I guess it depends on how are you obsessive enough to stay and do the job to completion, or do you want to just move on to your actual task that you've been assigned?
I think he would stay until it was done.
Well, if you stay until it's done, you begin to hear what sounds like a dog barking. Yeah, somewhere in the distance there's a bark and then a growl. Give me another maintenance roll.
Did the two of you go on without him?
No.
No.
Okay, you're still doing okay. If you want to continue to stay, you can probably do this even better. But there are distant barks, now multiple. Still, the wall could be a little cleaner.
I mean, he would keep cleaning, but you guys can probably convince him to leave.
Normal, it's clean enough.
But there's still, all right.
It's not like you're supposed to eat off the wall.
I mean, you eat off the floors, dear, so maybe he should.
Normal. Now you're facing a compel.
Okay.
You're neurotic. You feel like you have to stay and clean this. There are wolves, though, now multiple wolves, barking and howling, coming closer, getting closer. This wall is still dirty. If you stay, you get a fate point. You clean. But if you leave, you pay a fate point.
What direction is the dog barking coming from?
The south.
Can I start gassing up that hallway? Character, I picture her stand as the ability to, like, with her fingertips, basically make little holes that exhale the gas at all points.
Oh, I see. Sure, I'll allow that.
Hallway with some of those.
Give me a giggle check against passive opposition of a +3 to create an obstruction. Ooh, you want fate point it?
Yeah, I have like 4s.
Yeah, might as well. Yeah. Just, I recommend in this instance, for your purposes, you want to just probably dump 2 more fate points, invoke 2 aspects, and actually get it done. I'll compel you later, don't worry.
Pleased when productive and loves a giggle.
Wonderful. So you create a wall, a very nice wall of giggle gas, one that will last long enough, hopefully, for Nermal to complete his task. Nermal, give me another maintenance roll. You're trying to aim for a +4.
Oh
You have a fate point you just got from your accepting the compel. You could just use it.
Personal hierarchy, because he thinks that cleaning is more important than whatever is coming.
Sure, you're right. It is. You managed to clean perfectly and according to your, standards. And as you are finished, you see that there are wolves sort of trying to enter that wall of giggle gas. As they try to go in, however, they catch a sniff and do not pass it. There are at least 3 on the other side of that wall of giggle gas. They have eyes all over their body. They are not passing it. They don't seem like they're stupid enough to try, and they have a very good sense of smell.
What are those?
Don't recall a kennel.
Those aren't normal dogs. They've got like 10 eyeballs.
Oh, they're not modified.
Who would modify that?
As you're there kind of like wondering about that, you are all not officially mechanically compelled, but something in your programming is telling you to go do your job and ignore this. It's not meant to be there. And there is some quality about these dogs, these wolves, that is triggering you, basically, your personality, something deep within your core.
I believe we should continue our job now. I can't deal with those things.
Oh, ooh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, all right, job's done.
You're done cleaning. You're able to leave without getting attacked by wolves. Good job. Because of Gale's persistence in creating that wall, and because you were compelled, you're able to make sure that the hallways are clean of this nice corporate facility. The ELO Enrichment and Training Center has been scorch free for exactly, I don't know, however long it takes for you to leave that and go to the dry cleaning. So we'll say 67 seconds or something along those lines. Scorch free for 67 seconds, a new record. Mark it up on the wall. Once you arrive at dry cleaning, as I mentioned, it's kind of just like big labyrinthine, like just machine that sorts and puts and moves clothes along these great big rails and along these snaking, weaving, serpentine constructions. These machines that seem to go everywhere and nowhere. How many clothes are necessary? Are there really that many employees here that need clothing? It's hard to say for you all because you've only met like a handful of people that are outside of the vats currently. And yet, if you had to take count, if you sat here accurately and measured every single piece of clothing that went through this facility as you're just watching it, you would quickly realize that at this rate and with this number, this is likely enough clothing for everyone on the fucking moon, the entire population. There is enough clothing here for at least 5 million people. And it's all just moving along these ridiculous rails and systems that just go underground, overground, loop-to-loop style. None of it makes any sense. They're all corporate clothing, of course. It's all suits and ties and everything. The amount of fabric required to make this many clothes is likely more than you've ever seen or even conceived of. And in fact, it would be quite a ridiculous task to even assemble such a thing. And yet, this machine exists.
Is there some sort of panel or
No?
just an ever-turning line
Yes.
of clothing with no
No, nothing. Like there's no panel.
on the suits or anything?
Yes, there is, and there is a small desk.
Okay, is there anyone at the desk, or did we chase off the lady?
There is one person at the desk. Yeah, the person sitting behind the desk is a person you to before. Her name is Catherine.
Rosalie's gonna go approach the desk and greet Catherine. We haven't met. Hello, I'm Rosalie.
Hi, I'm Catherine. What do you need?
She's gonna lean against the desk, forward, and lock eyes with her. Would you be able to explain to us how you might be able to part with some of this clothing?
Are you here to pick up dry cleaning?
Ooh, yes, that.
Do you have a ticket?
She's gonna look over her shoulder at the other two.
Is there one for Gale?
No. She didn't even check anything. She just says it.
Okay, so you want a ticket?
Yes, one ticket, please. Per item of clothing, I will require a ticket. If you don't have a ticket, you can't have the clothes.
Surely you can part with some of this clothes.
I can see that you are one of those types of people that doesn't understand how the system works, so I'm going to explain this quite simply to you. She reaches beneath the desk and then pulls out a long metal case that she puts on top of it. When I explain the rules and I tell you exactly how it works, I expect you to be able to at least respect. She clips off the little securing tabs of the case. I expect you to at least respect that there are procedures in line that are here to ensure that everyone gets their clothing accordingly. She opens the case and reveals that inside of it is a very long rifle. And she takes the rifle out. When there are people who try to jump in line or try to get clothing that they do not have a ticket for, she just slowly starts to load the clip into the rifle. What we have on our hands then is anarchy. And she pulls back the slide on the rifle. Now.
Oh. Now. We have some clothing to enter.
Oh, do you? And what would you like to put in? I can give you a ticket for that.
I quickly steal the scrap of bitten clothing and offer it to her.
Oh, I see. She puts the rifle back into the case, and then picks up the little scrap. Oh, I see. Well, yes, we'll be able to fix this. No problem. And then she kind of puts it on a little clip and then begins to scribble out a little ticket with a pencil. Here we are. Okay. You can pick up your dry cleaning in roughly a half hour.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
If we were to need to find a lost ticket, how would one go about that?
Oh, a lost ticket. Well, that's a simple procedure. You just need to prove that you are not lying to me.
How does one do that?
Oh, that is simple. I just need to pinch your tongue.
My tongue?
Incorrect. When I pinch your tongue, I can tell that you're lying or that you're telling the truth.
Well, to be honest, I'm unsure if I have a suit in here, and I'd like to know, so am I lying?
Oh, I believe that you don't know that you have a suit in here, but that's fine. I don't need to pinch your tongue for that.
Then how would one go about finding a suit that might be in here? I assume one is in here. I've had so many.
I would just need to check the system. But I can already tell ahead of time, looking at you, that you do not have a suit here. Do you know why I think that? She leans in a little closer with her hands still on the case.
She kind of leans forward, putting her hands on the case just to keep it closed and be like, oh, could it be that I'm completely nude?
No, that's never a problem here. The problem, you see, is that when you speak to me, you have a certain cadence and accent, one that does not denote that you have a suit. I can tell, without even knowing that you have a suit or not knowing, that you simply aren't the type of person to have a suit here. If you were to speak to me in a sort of different way, I would maybe question whether you have a suit here or not, but you don't strike me as a suited person. You could say that you are not. She leans forward a little closer. And as she does, you can smell her breath is like, it just smells like apples. In fact, she just smells like apples, like very, very strong smell of apples. You could say that you're not suitable.
What a good joke. I do love a good corporate pun.
She leans back. As I was saying, if you were to find a ticket, then maybe I would be able to assist you. And if you are here to pick up dry cleaning for other people, then I can assist you with that, I suppose. But otherwise, I will have to ask that you step towards this direction. She points away from the clothing so that when I discharge this rifle, I do not splash blood upon any of the fabrics.
Oh, no, there is no need for any of that. I was simply hoping there would be one for me. She holds up her hands and sort of steps back.
It's fine. I understand that there are a lot of people trying to move up the corporate ladder that require a suit. You need to dress the part you want. But unfortunately, she drums her fingers on top of the case. I am to do my task and you are to do yours. If you are here to pick up dry cleaning for the shareholders, then you should be providing me with a ticket. Did they not provide you with a ticket?
They did not, but they also did not inform me whose dry cleaning I should be picking up.
I see. If you would allow me to check your mouths, I may be able to assist you.
As you wish.
Gale, the woman, Catherine, grabs your bottom lip and pulls it forward to look at the other side of it. This is when the rest of you can see that there are numbers tattooed on the inside of her lip.
Oh.
Catherine reads this and then nods. Ah, yes, of course. And then she lets go of your lip. I see. Bit of a misunderstanding, but they gave you a ticket. Let's go ahead and get that for you. Now, dry cleaning is a very important business. I don't always just wash the desk at the front. I also handle the dry cleaning. And in a pinch, I'm very good with baking soda. I don't know if any of you knew this, but baking soda has a lot of different applications. I happen to be very good at cleaning out stains with baking soda, but I can also use baking soda when I cook. And when I cook, I make sure that I make treats that are very gluten-free and vegan-friendly, because to do otherwise is offensive. If there's one thing I don't like to do, it's be offensive towards people that don't like gluten or meat. Now, your tickets. I'm going to go retrieve your dry cleaning. Don't touch anything. Don't touch my case. Don't look behind the desk. Don't look at me when I'm walking away. Don't look at the back of my head. She just begins to back away from you all. Never, ever do any of the things that I tell you not to do, or I will have a very big problem. And then she just kind of disappears in the dry cleaning that's going around. She just walks backwards into the clothing and vanishes.
Rosalie's gonna lean into Normal and Gale and whisper, "She's got quite the power trip in her little domain, doesn't she?"
Heavens, I thought we were going to get rifled right here.
She's right about the baking soda, though.
Of course she is. Of course.
Normal, give me a maintenance roll. We'll say. With a 3, yeah, you're not only is she right about the baking soda, but that seems like a very reasonable thing for you. You feel like just inherently within your programming, Catherine is a soul worth saving almost if things went wrong. Catherine's somebody who is good for you. She is also, as you can tell from your engagement with her just now, she enjoys shooting people a great deal. But she doesn't want to make a mess when she does it, something that also may appeal to your nature.
Yeah. He's just like, yeah, of course, you can't get blood on the clothes.
The rest of you probably are very off-put by Catherine's nature.